Welcome back to the Bull Spitting Podcast, the BSP, as I like to call it. I have a good friend of mine here. We worked together briefly at Rudy's barbecue restaurant, and now he's moved on to bigger, better things. Now he is a dog trainer. And so Ricardo, Mr. Ricardo Jimenez, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I don't want to say the whole name and say it too long.
Right. So, okay. So I guess the first thing I wanted to ask you, at what moment in your life did you, like, if there's any kind of like aha moment or some kind of point where you could like go back to mentally where you were like, you know what, I think I want to work with dogs at some point in my life, or I could do this like as a large part of my life. Like, do you have a moment like that kind of stands out to you?
Like I grew up with dogs, learning how to mess with them. I was pretty good at it. Great grandpa had like this really aggressive Chihuahua, very mean.
Oh man,
and I would go in there to his yard, and everybody was scared of it. I was scared of it. And then one day I just went in. I said, I'm gonna pet this dog today. And I sat down with the dog, and I was able to pet it. I was cool with it, and everybody was freaking out. And I think about then, because my great grandpa at the time was about 100. So
dang,
yeah, so
100 years old.
100 years old.
Oh my god, that's a nice long life, man.
It was a beautiful life. He was a beautiful guy.
Yeah.
And I would sit down with this dog, and he would tell me, like, you got something special. You can do this. And as like a hardworking Hispanic, you know, we grew up working.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you could be a dog trainer and make a living out of it. I was just, I'm go to work. And then until COVID, and people were having bad dogs, and I had a bad dog, and I was like, man, I need to see if I can figure out about this dog training thing. But I think about when I was 10. That's when I was like, man, I really want to work with dogs. But then all I knew was Cesar Millan worked with dogs. I didn't know other people were dog trainers.
Right.
Didn't know dog trainers can make a living out of it. So I think about 10 years old is when I was like, wow, this is something cool, because that dog was totally misunderstood. We were all misunderstood. So it's like, I guess I could talk to the dog in a sense since I was little, but now I can explain it after going to school.
Yeah. So you always kind of felt like you had a connection with dogs, or just that one dog in general, or?
I had a connection with all dogs because my uncle had a little mean Chihuahua. Everybody had a mean Chihuahua.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's a very common Hispanic thing to do is have a Chihuahua, or the little white one. That's the one we have. Our Sparkles, man, I love him.
Yeah. So this little dog, I think his name was Timmy, and he couldn't get him sit. Nobody could get him sit. That was the thing. Like my uncle. They might have been drinking that night. I could have been like at least anywhere from 8 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
And my uncle said, if you get that dog to sit, I'll give you $50.
Damn.
So what I did.
Challenge accepted, right?
That's that night. So what I did is I grabbed the dog, went upstairs, went to my cousin's bedroom where there's nobody in there, took some cheese. Okay. And I worked on the dog sitting by myself. And then I got the dog to sit. I got him to give me a paw. So
hey, nice.
I took the dog, put him downstairs, put him in front of everybody, told him to sit, give me his paw. I got my $50.
Damn. Man, that's a good story. Okay, because I remember you had told me before, whenever I had you meet with Sparkles and everything, you were saying, yeah, cheese is probably one of the better
motivators.
Treats. Yeah, because I was going to say he's very food motivated for sure. Oftentimes when we're there eating, He will pay attention to whoever like his favorite is or whatever. But once food comes into the picture, everybody else is just background. He's just like focused, man. He just like watches you. I had so many pictures of him, like with my mom or my dad or whoever's sitting there just next to him eating, and then I'll take a picture and he's just like, food's right here, and he's like, and I don't know. I think it's hilarious, but okay. So
we love a dog that loves food. Reason being is that I could work with that. Now, if I have a dog that doesn't like food, then that's hard to work with.
Okay.
So I got to find a motivator. And if a dog's motivated for food, I take it.
Yeah.
If a dog's not motivated for no food, you're going to take it.
Yeah.
And you're going to work with it.
Yeah. So that was what I was going to ask you too then was, are there like certain dogs that are kind of, Like, well, first I was gonna ask. Okay, so are there certain like breeds or types of dogs that are like untrainable from your experience, or
Uh, not necessarily. No, I really
no?
can't say there is. I mean, I've seen a Great Pyrenees when I was at dog training school do everything that a German Shepherd did. Like
Uh huh.
I seen some wild stuff. Like no, I don't think it's. The only thing I don't think is workable is those hybrids.
Hmm.
Those dogs, like a wolf is a fear-based animal,
Okay.
and when you breed it to a dog,
Hmm.
it's gonna become a little bit more fear-based, and they become a little bit more scared.
Hmm.
So like those are hard to work with. That's why the hybrids, unless you have like a very good lineage or you know the bloodline,
Hmm.
then you might be able to predict the temperament. Sorry, I was looking for the word. The
Yeah.
temperament of the dog and what it's gonna be like. But other than that, there's no really dog that's untrainable. I mean, I've had Chihuahuas do some cool stuff. Frenchies are pretty cool when they do obedience.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look funny.
Oh man.
They're
Yeah.
pretty intense. Like if they're food motivated, they look funny. So there's really no untrainable dog that I've come across. There might be some other people that are like, oh man, Huskies are the worst. I'm like, I love Huskies personally, so
Oh yeah. Huskies are beautiful.
I'd take a Husky over. I don't know. You can give me whatever.
Yeah.
but I'll take a Husky. That's for sure.
I would just think though, like, oh, well, here in San Antonio, you know, like it's hot. It's hot for most of the year. Like I can't imagine having a husky in this weather. So like when obviously if you had a husky, they would have to be indoors like all the time.
But
Right.
they do a good job of adjusting to the environment. That's what one thing they do pretty well is adjusting to the environment. So yeah, they're hot. It's hot, but not necessarily they're hot. You could tell if a dog is hot if it's panting, just over exerting of the mouth, foaming, tongue's extremely out. If your dog's chilling, your dog's chilling. But most of the time when I had his husky, he would just like sit on the tile or go sit on the like linoleum plank, so that
Yeah,
way
someplace
it was
cool.
cooling.
Yeah.
And he had a marble slab as well.
Mhm.
It was pretty cool, and he would just lay on it where he would like to be because he's a double coated dog. That's what it keeps him very insulated.
Gotcha. Okay. Is there certain? Okay, so like when it comes to like training your dog, what is like one of the easiest things to get them to do, and what's one of the hardest things?
The easiest thing to get them to do is whatever you want. Like what I do to get a dog to do what I want them to do is I clicker train a lot. So that way the dog starts working for me, not I'm working for the dog. Or I'm working for the dog, not the dog working for me. So if the dog does something I want it to do, I'm going to click. So if I want the dog, let's say, I want to teach him how to just put his paws up here and hold him right here. Well, every time he puts his paw towards the table, I'm going to click. Till he finally puts his paws up here, and then I click reward, and we stop for a little bit, come try it again. He's probably going to jump up, put his two paws up on here, and that's how I got him to do his trick.
Huh.
Yeah. So, but the clicker, it's like a camera. So when I click, I'm taking a picture of that exact moment of what he's doing.
Okay.
So if you could teach a lot of stuff with it. Like I taught Buckaroo how to do backflips, how to stretch. He's learned pretty much all his tricks through a clicker because it's him acting like a dog.
Yeah.
And then I just click whenever I want the behavior or he does something close to it. Like when I taught him how to back up, I would just put him in an area with the wood and wall.
Uh-huh.
He couldn't come to me. I would stand on the other side and he had to back out. So he would just stand there and look at me and take a step back, click, reward. And he learned how to just back up and learn where his butt is. Because if not, he's just a blind dog backing up and he's going to go back sideways. I don't want him to back up sideways. I want to back up straight.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
It's just clicker training is probably the best thing I can tell somebody. Like if you want a dog to start doing something more of, teach what the clicker is. So you just teaching what the clicker is. Click, give it some food. Click, give him some food. Click, give him some food. Then once the dog starts hunting, click, give him some food. Then you can be like, okay, now I'm gonna say your dog's having pottying trouble inside, but you know I'm start learning outside.
Yeah.
Start taking your dog outside when it goes potty. click reward. If you want something to present itself more, reward the behavior.
Gotcha.
That's how we do it.
Yeah. So it sounds like you just have to have a lot of patience. I mean, like I'm learning that too. You know what I mean? Like as a dog owner, because before Sparkles came along, I had a puppy when I was like preteen age or whatever. Like we had a family dog, but I really didn't give it as much attention as I should have. And then we ended up giving it away as a result because we just we weren't the best dog owners that we could have been. But ever since Sparkles came along, I have learned I had to have more patience with him, and it's like a full-time commitment kind of thing. So and very much so, it's like having a kid. It feels like it's like he's a toddler, and I always have to be
attentive.
attentive.
The second time somebody said that to me.
Yeah.
Like in the past 24 hours. Like
Really?
having a dog is like having a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I don't know. Kids
Okay.
are cool.
Kids are cool.
Kids are cool. I enjoy my nephew, but I think it's more because he's my nephew and not my son.
Yeah.
I could give him back. And I go home.
Exactly.
So I think
Yeah.
I enjoy that part more.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, okay, like once this stops being fun, you're like, okay, here's your kid back, right?
I gotta
Like,
go to sleep.
yeah, exactly, right. It's not like that when you have a dog.
Yeah.
And
my dog, I put him in a cage. I'll go do whatever I want for like 3 hours, come back, let him out. We go have fun. And he's like, hey, what's up? Like, it never happened. But like, can't put no kid in no cage and do whatever you want. It's just kind of frowned upon.
Yeah, I know, right?
So you have that life or structure of a parent, like, can't stay out too late. You have to come back home, let your dog out. You can't do as much as you like because you got to let your dog out.
Exactly.
But if I want to go out and do something, I got to make sure I plan according to the dog so that
right.
I don't have any accidents. I'm not trying to clean pee and poop every day.
Right.
They do it at the same time every day. I'm not changing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because one of the things that, my wife and I have realized early when we got him was that any kind of family trips, any kind of anything at all, like we really have to make sure he's well taken care of and that somebody's there to step up and, at least feed him, take him out, at the bare minimum. And it's a lot of times it's difficult to find people that are willing to do that. It's just it's tough.
It is hard. I have that Buckaroo. He's a dog reactive, dog selective. So if he likes a dog, he likes a dog. If he doesn't like the dog, he hates the dog. So it's no like in between, and sometimes it's just something I gotta live with. I've worked with. I know the dog. I know his signs. I know his thresholds. I know where I can and can't go, how close I can and can't get. But I have a friend in Temple who, she's great. God bless her. She's the only one that will watch my dog.
Yeah,
because he's a lot of dog. He is a 45-pound pit bull mutt that probably has the worst genetics. That his temperament, like, not very good with dogs, not good with cats. Like, I know what it is, so I deal with it. I live with it because if not, he'd probably get put down. And my friend in Temple, she's a dog trainer as well, and she's like, I'll watch your dog because she knows how much he is, but she also knows his obedience is pretty good. So if anything happens, she can tell him to do something and he will respond to her.
Yeah.
But no, nobody else will watch Buckaroo.
Yeah. Do you have challenges walking Buckaroo?
Where?
Like, well, okay.
Not in the hood.
Not in the hood, right? Like, it has to be certain times, right?
I don't walk him in the hood because if I walk him in the hood, there's too many loose dogs, man.
Oh, man, you ain't kidding.
Yeah.
You ain't kidding. Because even where we're at right now, like the apartment complex that we stay in right now, I swear, I've never been so frustrated with people. The dogs or whatever. You know what I mean? Dogs are going to be dogs. But the people, like the owners that just let these motherfuckers, like, go outside with no leash or whatever, and it's kind of like, oh, okay. And then when things happen, they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was like, no, how about you, like, put your dog on a leash, man? Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Do you not care about what's going to happen? Because, like, I could have a knife. I could have a gun. I could, my dog is not friendly, like, to other dogs for the most part. Most part, right?
I understand that. And it's scary. It is scary to know, like, your dog is not going to get along with that dog. And I have people, man, they had some cute doodles, like I'll give it to the doodles. They're cute, but they're not very well bred.
Yeah.
But and the owners either. But
Yeah.
the owners, a lot of them, they let them come up to other dogs because they're very friendly. Like poodles are friendly, and then they get bit or they get attacked, and now they have this poodle that doesn't like other dogs. Well, you put the dog in a situation and it got bit and it got attacked. Now it's not gonna like other dogs. I wouldn't like other dogs either if I got attacked. But back to that, like people don't understand that if my dog doesn't like your dog, create space, please.
Yeah.
If I tell you my dog's not friendly and yours is, don't get closer. I'm not friendly at this point.
Yeah.
Like I'm not.
Like I'm just giving you, it's like a professional courtesy at this point.
Yeah.
You know, I'm letting you know from the past experience, this isn't happening.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
people are very, very like opinionated about that. Like I was at La Cantera with my dog one time, and he was in a down. And when he's in a down, he knows he can't get up. He has to stay there. He has to do whatever happens. He has to stay down. And this night he came around the corner with this very big Dalmatian, and she was an itty bitty thing, maybe 100 pounds, walking this big Dalmatian. Dog came up to my dog, and I said, "Excuse me, my dog's not playing right now. He's in training." And she's like, "Well, why are you bringing the dog out like that?" And I said, "So I don't have a dog walking like that." And
Just doing whatever.
And she's like, "Don't talk bad about my dog. Don't talk bad about my baby." I was like, "I'm not talking bad about nobody." I said, "I just don't want this dog putting me on a leash like that." Yeah, and like that's the thing I try to prevent. Is just, hey, my dog's working right now. I don't want your dog to play with them. Or in public, like my dog's working right now. Don't touch my dog. Like, don't touch my dog. If you touch my dog, we're gonna have problems.
Yeah.
He has a patch on the back of his vest that says handler bites, not dog bites. So there's a reason that thing is on there.
I've never seen that before. That's pretty cool though.
Yeah, it says
Handler
stop
bites.
handler bites. So that way, if anybody thinks about it, don't worry about his teeth. Worry about my teeth.
Right. So since you've been working closely with dogs and everything, what is one thing that that you feel that you have learned from dogs, or that humans could learn from dogs?
This is a pretty big one to me. A big one to me is, I tell a lot of people, if you live life like a dog, it's pretty cool. And they're freaking look at me like, what? Like, I could be a dog.
Yeah.
No. Like, essentially, like, live life in the moment. Hold no grudges. What is the other one? I cannot think of it right now. Live life in the moment. Hold no grudges. And love unconditionally.
There you go. Yeah, I was gonna
If
say.
you do those three things, that's what a dog does all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
You have a beautiful life.
Yeah,
Like,
that's facts.
that's a
man.
pretty peaceful life,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No,
Like,
I mean,
your grandma walked in, she pissed you off on Thanksgiving. Ain't no grudge.
yeah. No, seriously. Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, because like honestly, I try myself not to hold on to grudges or anything like that, because to me it just feels like it just feels like it's just like it's affecting my health at some point. You know
Your
what I mean? And it's
energy.
like, and I got no time for this, man. Just gotta like on to the next type thing. I try to like let it run its course, you know what I mean? So it doesn't stay in the blood kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, and yeah, forgiveness and everything else. I think it's key. And I've heard someplace that forgiveness is not so much for the person that did the transgression. It's more for your peace. It's for you. It's like
Yeah.
for your peace of mind. So ever since I thought of it like that, I'm like, okay, I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me. So I can, you know, just kind of like let go and move on, you know?
Exactly. That's exactly where it's at. Like, I mean, like a dog really lives life in the moment. You're gonna tell a dog yes or no. You have 1.3 seconds to tell it yes or no.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
That's fast.
So you gotta be aware of what your dog is doing at all times, especially when it's a puppy. A puppy's literally living life moment to moment, learning what everything is.
Yeah.
You see this stuff every day for the past 20-something years. That dog you brought home has never seen a table skirt.
Right.
When it pulls it off the table, it's going to scare itself pretty much because everything's going to come off. And it's like, where did this stuff come from?
Yeah.
So, like, if you're just aware of your dog and you see what's going on, and like, I have a dog where, or like Buckaroo, if he's doing something and he's not supposed to be doing it, I'll watch him. I'll give him a If I get to he knows like, okay, that's off limits. Can't be doing that. He'll look at me. I let him think his way through. What are you gonna do next? You're gonna get off. You're gonna go over here. You're gonna go over there. You're gonna come back. What you gonna do? Now, if he comes back, I'll mark it with a yes, and I'll give him some food, some treats. Why not? He did what I wanted him to do. Now, if he's gonna do something wrong and he goes the next step further, that's definitely a no.
Mm-hmm.
That's off. That's totally off limits. You can't do that. So, like, there's a way of going about it, and I just try to guide him with his decisions, because dogs make bad decisions 9 times out of 10, but I want his decisions to be good.
Yeah.
Because if he's making good decisions, then he's making progress in life, like we all are.
Yeah.
Because you learn through your mistake.
No, for sure. For sure.
Like, dog training is God, it's pretty fun, but every time I look back, I'm like, if I lived a little bit like that, I'd be better.
Right.
So every day I try to get a little bit better and better and better. Just not for me, but for you, my friends, my family, my dogs, everything else. Like, if I'm in the same spot for the past 5 years, what's going on? I need to get better every day. Not substantially better. I need to go make $100,000 in a year and a day, but I could make it over the time. And I just want to be persistent, consistent, because that's what comes down to dog training too.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency. Do you mean it? Are you gonna mean it? Are you gonna do it? I mean it. That's why my dog's like, yeah, I'll lay down right now, because I know you mean it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because every time he said down, I made him down. Why would I not do it?
Yeah, man, that's badass, dude. Like, yeah, and I guess it just comes down to that, like, you just have to be consistent. You gotta just, be there for the dog. It really is. I feel like I know I've said it before and you've heard it before, but it's just like having a kid. It feels like it's just every day, doing the same things. And, if you don't like it, change it and then just stick with it. You know what I mean? Be consistent with the results. And yeah, that's essentially, just like any relationship, really. You can take it a step further, Do you believe that dogs can sense evil?
Dogs can sense.
Like evil people,
So when you have like a bite dog, you want to do a defense test, right? Defense test is you're going to go in the middle of like a room, and then you have a door, right? And say, it's usually with German Shepherds, the Mals, the Dutchies. They want to see how this dog's going to react. So somebody will open the door and look real creepy to the dog. Like, do some weird, creepy movements. Freak you out if you were like a dog. Like, what's that? And, like, you open the door, you stare at him, hard stare.
Uh-huh.
Then you close it. And you open it and you stare again. And then you just make some noise like, ah, and see what the dog does. Now, if a dog takes off and run, no defense. 0 defense.
Yeah.
What you want to see for that type of job is the dog go at the end of the leash, start barking. So, not that they can sense evil, because I don't really think that's true.
Yeah.
They might smell you're sick.
I was going to ask that next. Yeah, because I've heard that maybe they could smell cancer or something like that.
I don't know about cancer just yet, but they can smell some stuff. Like, I know when I'm going to get sick, my dog gets sick. It's weird.
Really?
Like, yeah. I know if my dog's throwing up, I better watch out, because I'm going to start throwing up too.
Man, that's got
Not because it's nasty. It's just, I don't know. I feel like he gets sick before I get sick. It's weird.
Man.
But he has it better, because if he has the poops or he's having a hard time pooping, I fix it up for him. I get him some food, get him chicken and rice, and canned pumpkin, and then his poop cleared up. But say, if I have a problem with my stomach, I just got to go about my day and go to work. My dog gets to sit at home.
Yeah, I know, man. I swear, the life of a dog, man. Especially for the rich people, right? The ones on the yachts and stuff, man, they live better than us.
Oh, man. I know some dogs that I've trained, their food for the week costs more than my food for the month.
Yeah.
Like feeding raw. We had one dog. The food came in a mason jar. It was rice and chicken and vegetables cooked every day. Like that's what that dog ate. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, for a while I was cooking my dog's food too, and I even started selling it a little bit. Thinking about maybe doing that again because I think there's a lot of money to be
There's an
made in that.
industry for it. There is
Yeah.
an industry for it, and there's people that will buy it. I did a promotion with this dog food company way back, probably like a year now. They're doing raw dog food, but they just told me to bring a puppy, and I brought a puppy, and we just did some promotion for dog food, and it's just literally letting the dog act crazy over the dog food, and it's just to see how much that the dog really likes it, and it's pretty neat. Like there's an industry for it. A lot of people will pay some money for some dog food. That is for sure because they're having a lot of recalls on them. A lot of them too. There's a dog food company that was bought out. It was really good. They got bought out by M&M's, so nothing but candy.
Yeah.
So we can only assume that the food quality is gonna go down. So a lot of dog trainers, a lot of us educated within the food, we go to the next thing over. We're not gonna keep buying that because it just got bought out by a candy company.
Yeah, I know. I can't imagine that's going to be good for any dog, really, especially if it's a big name like that. I would think, because I know, there's a lot of commercials out there now for like real dog food, right, or real food for dogs. I was like, yeah, if you're going to do that, you should go local, I would think,
Yeah,
because
and a
less
lot of
preservatives and shelf time on the shelf and everything. That's what you want, right? You don't really want, and the further away you get from that, you're starting to talk about preservatives again and all that. So,
yeah, I don't feed my dog raw, but I'll give him freeze dried. That's one thing, and like he does thrive off, and he loves his freeze dried. The process of it, I never really looked it up,
yeah,
but I do know how to make a lot of his treats. When I was at dog training school, I had to make a lot of his treats with the dehydrator because I'm not rich.
yeah,
I was gonna go buy treats, so I'd go buy beef liver and had it dehydrated. Freaking gross.
yeah.
It was gross.
Is it gross? Like, what's the process with that?
Like it's all blood. Like that's what the liver is.
Yeah.
And then you just grab it, make sure you let it drip. You put it in the layers because it has trace. And then you just let it dehydrate. Like it literally does the job for you. But like the touching, the touching of the liver is just.
It's a little much, huh?
Yeah, it was gross. Like it was so gross. I had my friend from the country do it for me because I couldn't get over it.
Yeah.
Like
the blood and guts are not your thing, huh?
Nah, I don't mind them
Yeah.
on a movie, but like I ain't gonna touch it really myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
like
long-
my blood, yes. I don't know about my guts. If I could touch my guts, we got a problem.
Yeah, you probably pass out before then, right? Have to put them back in. Oh.
But my blood, I don't really mind blood, but no, not for me.
How long does it usually take for the dehydration process to happen? Like, is it like overnight, 24 hours?
It
Something
depends
like
on your dehydrator. Some of them would take 12 hours, some of 'em, and how much you load in there. So if you're loading a little bit, not gonna take too long. If you're gonna load the whole thing up, it's gonna take as long as it takes. So it could take anywhere from a few hours to way too many hours.
Yeah, gotcha.
Like I needed those yesterday. Now I'm going to the store to go buy treats because I messed up.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of too. Parenting, dog stuff, time management. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's just like,
It's a lot.
yeah.
It's a balancing act, right?
Yeah, like before I came over here, I was like, and I got to make sure my dogs get it out, give them food, water, give them everything. Then somebody has an accident. You know, that's just dogs. Like, you're getting a baby ready, you're about to head out, and then baby needs a diaper change. You just got the baby dressed. Only reason I know is because my nephew just turned 1, and literally it's like that. So I just learned myself what it's like to see parenting firsthand because I've never grown up with kids in my life. My nephew's the first kid I've seen as a baby grow up every month. I've never seen it. So now I see it and I'm like, hey, it's pretty cool. To see a little kid go, I got hands. He discovers his hands. He discovered his feet. That's the cool thing. That's what I'm saying. we see that every day for the past 20 years, and he's now just seeing it for the first time.
Yeah.
And you just be a little bit more patient with, like, I don't know, say you take your kid to the roller coaster and you're like, the kid's super excited to tell you about the roller coaster because he's never seen it, never been on it.
Yeah.
But you're like, I know,
Yeah.
I know. Let your kid tell you about it. He has feelings. He has, like, emotions. Like, it brought him happy things. Let him talk about it. Don't hit him with the, I know, I've been on it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well then now your kid grow up being happy and excited by himself. Never wants to tell nobody because they know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good advice because I feel like a lot of times, we're all just so like in our own heads, and you know, it's good for, you know, every now and then to kind of just get some perspective, you know, from somewhere else, like somebody else's perspective, you know, and kind of just try to put yourself in that seat, you know, and
You forget what it's like to be in that seat, whether it's like you start a new job or whatever it is, and now you're there for a year, and that new guy starts and he can't produce like you. You weren't good either.
Yeah, right. That's true.
That guy that been there for a year when you had just started said you suck too.
Right.
So you got to see the potential in people. Don't just look at what they're doing. Like, if they show up every day and they stay consistent, what potential do they show? Do they show none? Do they show some? Do they show enough? Do they show a lot? I don't know. You got to look at it. And you got to funnel that to where they want to be, because it's not where you want them to be. It's where they want to be. So you got to see where you want, how they can get to where they want to be, and like help them get there, navigate. Because if they wanted to be there and they knew how to get there, they'd be there. They don't.
Facts.
They don't.
Facts. All right. I guess I just have one more question then. So, what have you learned from the whole dog training business? What's one thing you've learned that you probably didn't consider or even think about before you got started in it? Good or bad? Like, what have you learned about it?
Good and bad. The good is when you have people that like what you're doing and they follow the process. They do it. They see results. That's the good, because they'll keep calling you back, and they'll keep working with the dog, and they'll keep seeing increased, like, better behavior. The bad is people think they got a dog trainer, so now their dog knows, hey, I got a dog trainer, you got to behave. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
That's really not how it works. You go to the gym, you get a trainer. Your body doesn't say, I got a trainer, now I got to get ripped. No. You got to put in the work. They gave you the layout of what to do. You still got to do what you got to do. I'm just a dog trainer. I don't live with you.
Yeah.
I see you an hour a week. Maybe if you let me come over an hour a week because your schedule is so busy. That's fine. But if you are doing the work in between, you'll see the good in dog training. You'll see the increased behaviors get better. What you see a lot of times when you work a dog and you start showing them like what you want and everything, you see it calm down through the house. Teach a dog how have an off switch, like just how to lay down, which I had to teach my dog how to do.
Yeah.
Had to tether him to my pants, and everywhere I went in the house, he just walked, lay down, walked, lay down. Had to teach him how to be a dog in your house and not a menace. So like, if you keep up with it and you do it, that's the good. And a lot of the good is, my best clients are people I've never met. A lot of my clients that said they'll call me are my family that's like, hey, I got a dog, you know, this Rottweiler. He jumps fences, and I want him to pee somewhere in the yard. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, we could do that. And I'm like, where's the dog sleep in the house? He doesn't sleep in the house. I'm like, so then how are we going to get the dog to poop in one part of the area? Like, we can't. Like, if your dog literally can poop all in the backyard all day, we can't get them now, the 5-year-old Rottweiler, to teaching to poop him in this one corner. It's just like people really think we do black magic. And sometimes it looks like that. Like, it really does look like that. To grab a dog from the rescue and teach him whatever you want him to do. But it really took work.
Yeah.
And by work, like it can only take me 15 minutes. I taught Buckaroo how to do a backflip off the wall in literally 20 to 15 minutes.
Damn.
And it was like 7 sessions that were 2 minutes long. I don't work the dog till he's dead. I get him up. We go outside, 2 minutes work. He does what I need him to do. Stop. We go again. He does what I needed to do. Stop. Every time he does what I want him to do, I stop it. I don't ever try to make him repeat it. So that way I know, like, okay, that last one was a great one. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll come back, see if he starts it like that, or even better, if he starts it worse. Well, then I make sure I get the next rep that was just the one like the last one, and that's it. I don't want we call it the one more monster. Don't let it eat you. If you got it right that time, that's it. Don't let it happen again.
That's probably one of the most profound things that I've heard anybody say. And you know what? I'm surprised I never thought about it myself, because I am like that dog parent that once I get Sparkles to do one thing, all right, that's great, let's do it again. And then it's like, oh, you just did it, man. Like I should just lay
bored.
off. Yeah. I should just lay off once he gets it the first time. Be like, I'm glad you gave me that. Let's leave on a high note. I like that.
That's it. Ending on a high note. That's always how we gotta end on a high note. Because if I end on a high note, then my dog ready to come back out and do it again. But if I don't end on a high note, my dog might not be ready to come back out and do it again. I need this dude to want to do it over and over and over.
Yeah.
And on command, so I gotta make him love it.
Yeah.
So like, I had a hard time teaching him to jump off the wall. Right? He didn't want to do it at first for food at all.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to tell the dog not to jump every day. Why is he gonna jump off the wall and do a backflip? Like, it's counterproductive, you know. Like I tell him, get off, and then I jump up. So he didn't want to do it, but he did it for a toy. So and working with the toy, it makes teaching the trick like that much longer, because it should take this much time with food, but then like as soon as I get a toy involved, I got to get the dog the toy. He has to go play with it. We play with it, and then when he drops it, I pick it up and then we do it again. And it's all on the dog's time.
Yeah.
Now, if I have food, it's click, here you go. Click, here you go. Click, here you go. Okay, we're done. Because he did it 5 times. Pretty cool. But now I can only get like 2 reps out of that same time because of the toy.
Yeah.
Like I got to let him enjoy it. And that one more monster, it's because your dog really is like, I just did it. Why do you want me to do it again?
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm going to go over there.
Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you. And then they turn around and walk off. You're like, wow, how rude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because your dog literally you told me to sit. I did it. I got paid, which means you gave him some food.
Mm-hmm.
Then you told him to sit again. They did it. You didn't pay them. Now I don't care to sit again.
Yeah.
And they start learning, okay, the first time I'm going to get a treat. The second time I'm not. Dogs are master of patterns.
Yeah.
So why am I going to sit the second time if you don't reward me the second time?
Yeah. Well, that's
Dogs are master of patterns, and I've learned how to tell people like, hey, you know when you do this, that, and they're like, how do you notice that? I'm like, I'm a dog trainer. I just notice patterns.
Yeah.
Like,
Results, man. Results based. Yeah. Damn, man. All right, man. Well, that was good. Some good shit, man. Is there anything else you wanted to kind of tell us about or want to put out there?
Stay with the people, whether you're dog training, staying with this new thing. Stay with it. Like it ain't gonna be a new you if you go back to your old ways. So
Facts.
stay with your new year regiment, new year resolution, so that way you can get to where you want to be. It's not gonna happen overnight.
Goals, huh?
Yeah.
Crushed goals.
Crush goals.
Crush.
Don't get goals.
Crush them goals.
Crush goals. Don't get feelings, you know. Be like my brother. He came in yesterday. He flew out the same day. He got catch flight, not feelings.
Oh, okay. I like that.
That's how he wants. That's how he said he's going to live. So I'm like, hey, that's you. That's 24. You live like that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be the best I can be because, man, I'm just glad I got through last year. So.
Yeah. Facts,
I'm just
man.
glad I got through last year and I'm able to see another year, another day, another hour, another minute, live life in the moment.
All right, man. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm with that. And I'm glad to have you on finally. I mean, I know we were talking about this back and forth for a while, so glad we could finally have you on.
I'm
And,
glad to see you doing this, man. Like working
Yeah.
at Rudy's.
I know, right?
It
It killed my soul.
Yeah,
They took a part of my soul.
they took my confidence. They took like, now that I work at HB and I can talk to my manager and be pretty cool about it. It's like, should I talk to him about that? Because at Rudy's they didn't care.
Yeah, most places don't care, man. That's one thing too, is like I just learned to keep a lot of shit to myself. And no, it's like, okay, when it comes to like management and everything, they just want you to produce results as like work, and they don't want to hear any of the bitching. So
Nah.
I don't say, like, when they ask me, "Are you sure? Is there anything we could be doing?" I was like, "Nope."
Give me
I'm
days
good.
off.
Yeah, just I'm here. We have an understanding. I'm here for the money. You're here for my work. You got me here to do the work. That's it. That's all we need to know.
You got
man.
my time. I need your paycheck. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's literally what it comes down to. And where do you think your time is worth?
Yeah.
Like, man, I remember we talking Rudy's. Like, I tell you then, this was, 4 years ago. I told you I'm gonna want to be a dog trainer.
Yeah.
I think I told you and Nate at the time, like,
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a dog trainer, and I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but it took me to get into some stuff, figure out my life, and be like, yeah, I got to dog train. That's what I'm gonna do. It just felt right,
Yeah.
and it went from saying I want a dog trainer to being a dog trainer, and now I'm doing it, and it's like, okay, from here, what's the next thing? What do I do from here next?
Yeah.
Because now I'm not gonna just be a dog trainer. Like, I want to specialize in something in the dog training industry,
Yeah.
which probably come down. I want to teach a lot of dogs how to track and trail. Like,
Hey. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think I really enjoyed seeing a dog work, put its nose down, and find something, somebody, anything at the end of the trail. It's pretty cool to watch a dog work. That's what I enjoy most, is seeing a dog be a dog. Like, when I see a dog turn its nose on, that's what it's meant to do.
Yeah.
So when I see a dog be a dog, it brings me genuine happiness. So, like, that's why I like to go on these road trips, and I pull over on the side of the road, nowhere to be seen by anybody, let the dog out. He's going to run, do whatever he wants. Let him be a dog. I'll see him probably track a deer. I seen him last week when we went to Houston. He started chasing a rabbit. Like, he was just playing with me, running, caught wind of a rabbit, took off. And I told him to come. He's going to come back. But when I saw him hit the wind, like, seeing a dog do what it's meant to do, it's pretty cool. Like, in drive, when you're doing something you were meant to do, it's pretty cool too, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm still trying to figure that out though.
Yeah, you look good though. You look good doing this.
Well, that's why I don't want to let go of this, because I mean we had rocky patches, man, where we're a lot of stop and go with this. But I do want to keep it going consistent, and I do enjoy doing this. I look forward to it. It's something that it gets my heart pumping. It's one of the few things that actually gets my heart pumping in the morning when I'm thinking about it, preparing for it and everything. So yeah, I mean, hopefully this year will be a lot more of this, and I mean, I just want to grow the channel, honestly.
It's gonna be like that with literally everything. So when I got out of dog training school and now I'm doing it, it's still hard to even build my name. Yeah, I got a few clients under me, like some loyal clients that'll send me out to here, there, and I can build up some more clientele. But at the end of the day, it's still hard.
Yeah.
You're still building your own brand.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. You got to build the brand.
So it's an everyday grind, like every day. That's why sometimes I'm on social media posting, but I don't text back.
Yeah. Yeah, and it burns you out too. Like putting in all that, just putting your soul into something, it's taxing.
And
man.
seeing minimal results.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts, but stay with it. Stay with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because if I don't want a dog trained, well, I'll get rid of this dog, get rid of that dog, and I'd be done and go be a truck driver.
Right.
I mean, like, you know what?
The easy route, right?
Hey, whoa, no, that's a lot. That's a lot of miles away. But like, if I want to do it, I think that's what literally I'd be doing. Truck driving.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a friend that he has his own. I'm planning to have him on the podcast too, but he's got his own truck that him and his wife, they have their licenses, and they'll do a tandem drive or whatever they call it. Go pick up a load and just nonstop drive it all the way to the destination, and
Like
then
hot
pocket that
shots?
cheddar. Yeah, he does. He's talked about that too. Yeah. No, but he has like an actual like 18-wheeler that they saved up money and bought, and he's got a driver right now that when he's not driving, he's got somebody that's driving for him or whatever. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because if the wheels ain't spinning, you ain't making no money.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it comes down to, and that's what I really like about that. Like, just get in my truck, take off, come back
hit the road.
I'll come back when I come back. I ain't got no kid.
Yeah,
I ain't got no wife. I ain't got but my dog. Get in the truck. Let's go.
Yeah.
So, like, I could pretty much go any route, but I think truck driving would be most I'd be because I don't want kids. I don't want a wife.
Yeah. I mean, at least at this point in your life, you can confidently say that you're good without, that and this and yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna say I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I wanna. Sorry, you wanna, we wanna.
Right? You by yourself riding on that one.
But yeah, that's where it's at. But yeah, man, it's good to see you. It's good to see that you're doing something that you enjoy because it's really hard to find that thing because it took me too long to find out. And that's what everybody said. Oh, it took me too long. It took me too long. If it took you too long, you wouldn't even tried. But you're doing it.
Yeah.
Why? It didn't take you too long.
You see, and like for you, like you're still really young, man. Like it didn't take you long at all. I mean, I know some people have these stories where they started at 15 or whatever.
Yeah, the
they
kids at dog training school, 18 years old. I wish I would have gone there right after high school. I wish I would have known about it, but I didn't. I was there when I was 24.
I feel like the people that start early and something like that, it's like they have their purpose early. I've always envied those type of people because it's like you just know and you don't question it. You just go towards it. Like, and that's something that you don't really see in a lot of people. It's rare. And for sure I'm envious of those people, but most of us, we, get to a certain point in our life where we can look back and be like, okay, all this didn't work, but I'm going to try. We're just going to keep trying until something falls that we do like. And then once we're like, oh, you know what? I do like this. I'm going to stick with this. Just go from there. I try to rip off the rear view mirror. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't really, sorry. It doesn't really do you good to stay looking at the past, because the more you look at the past, the less you're going to miss coming up. You kind of want to just keep
your own feelings, bro.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. It doesn't do you any good. You know what I mean?
Hurt your own feelings. It's like going through your girl's phone. Don't go through her phone.
Right?
Hurt your own feelings.
Yeah, I say the past is for reference, not really for, and I mean like a brief reference, like not the playbook on what you should be, doing or whatever. But
yeah, the past is the past. Leave it there.
Yeah,
like literally, leave it there. Don't pick it up. Don't touch it. Don't go walk by it.
Yeah. Don't revisit it. Yeah.
Give it that one stroke where you're like, yeah, I missed. Nah.
Yeah.
Like it's good to go back and look at think about those memories, like that brought you genuine happiness. Like kid stuff, but like, oh man, remember that one ex when we used to be in love? Nah, man.
Yep. Leave that there.
She don't love you no more. You might still love her, but that's the problem.
Right. And I would even take it a step further, be like, look, you guys ain't the same people anymore. You know what I mean? Like that person that you were in love with, she don't exist anymore. That person that you were at the time, that person don't exist anymore. Might, but
That's true. That is definitely true, because we're definitely since we've left that job and we've done like life, because literally that's all we've been doing is lifing.
Been lifing, man. Exactly. I like that.
So we've been out here, like, you just do what's gonna bring you happiness. You got to stay on it, stay with it. And that's why I really I appreciate Rudy's. Same time, I really don't like them. And then the roaches.
Yes. Yes. I keep telling people that. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, go to Rudy's. It's so good. I'm just like, bro, Stay the hell away from there. You have no idea what's waiting for you there.
Don't even walk in there and ask for no cream corn. That is not pepper.
Yeah.
Pepper
All I'm
does
gonna
not
say
come
is
this
this.
big.
All I'm going to say is this. There was one time, because I was cashier, there was one time that these people came up and they were asking, they were getting like a party tray or something like that. It was a lot of meat and everything. And they were like, yeah, can we get a lot of pickles and onions too? I'm like, okay. And legit, like the person that came and had them like put the onions in the bags of the pickles and everything, I look over, and as they're about to take it, I see there's a gnat flying in this little bag of onions. And I'm just like, should I say something? And I'm just like, I went with option B. I was like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let these people take it. They're going to find it when they get home. And then they're going to say something because I don't want to hear this shit right now. You know what I mean? Like, it was a long day. I was like, I had a long line. If I said something, these people were going to flip out. Everybody else was going to flip out. I was like, I'm just going to finish my day and I'm going to go home and do that. So that's, yeah. And then there was another time where there was another time when I was working at the SeaWorld location, the most popular one.
Oh, yeah, Westover.
Yeah, and there was some roaches there. There was literally a roach.
There was too many over there in Bernie Stage Road. But go ahead. How big is it?
There was a little roach that was coming. And it's pretty much the same deal. It's kind of like when I'm dealing with at the register with these people. It's like these bugs are like, hey, how's it going? How are things going over here? You know, like like what can we do to help this situation? But anyways, this little roach came, and I'm surprised they didn't see this roach right there. And I was kind of like, again, I just ignored it like it wasn't there.
Option
I just option B. I just like, here you go. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Enjoy. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, oh my God, I need to get the fuck out of here.
I remember at one in Bernie, when that's the one I got hired at, I go over there and they said, hey, can you lift that metal thing? It's in the kitchen. I don't like cockroaches, dude. I don't. If I'm with the girl, she has to kill it and pick it up, throw it away. Let it survive and we'll walk it outside. I ain't touching no cockroach. So when they told me to pick up this freaking piece, and I saw cockroaches like that big.
Oh my God.
And I saw them all inside. Just thinking about it now gives me chills. When I saw them, and then I threw that thing, I ran out. I ain't dealing with that. And they said, oh yeah, we need to kill them. And by the way, when you start spraying some of that poison, they start flying. Oh hell.
You're like, I'm out of here.
I'm flying.
Yeah, I'm flying out of here. Yeah.
No, you ain't gonna tell me to mess with no cockroaches. Like, that's one thing I'm not gonna do. But let's not bash Rudy's.
Yeah.
For being dirty. They had some decent food. It's just kind of dirty.
Yeah. I would have thought the Leon Springs location was the cleaner of the two, just because the headquarters was right there.
But it was dirty too there.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't say that.
We'll cut that part out. Anyways, all right, guys. Well, it's good having you guys for the BSP, and I'll see you again, hopefully soon.
It was good being here. Y'all be safe. Take it easy.
All right. Y'all have a good one, all right? Later.